The Federal is organizing the Kanyakumari Mini Marathon 2024 to commemorate Mother's Day and Nurses Day this year on May 12. This event is sponsored by Repco Home Finance.
Viewers, welcome to the Federal. So this discussion with one Mr. Ashik Srinivas. He's a national level cricketer who's represented Tamil Nadu in Ranji Trophy and has played Duleep Trophy as well. And Vignesh, who's a cricket analyst from Chennai. We are here to discuss one thing that has been in the news for a while, and it's that the IPL has seen a lot of high scoring games this year. And by high scoring, we're not talking 200 or 190s. We're talking about 270 and 280. So let us find out from these two gentlemen what this means to the game itself. Ashik, I would like to begin with you. What is your view on 250 runs being scored in a 2020 match? Or rather 270, 280 should we say?
I think the contest between bat and ball has become very less in this IPL. Most of the games are like 250, 260. You get to score, and you're basically the chasing team is getting closer to 230, 240, and then losing by 25 runs, 30 runs margin, which means that you're basically eliminating the bowlers out of the game. When your prime bowler is bowling and is going consistently for like 4 overs, 55 runs, 50 runs, and all, I think it dents a lot of confidence to the bowlers, and the bowlers will lose confidence, and thereby you're not doing anything great for the cricket in general.
Vignesh, what is your view on these high scoring games in general?
See, there is a lot of combinations of factors which are involved in these kind of high scoring games. So if you see the last few IPLs versus what is happening this time of the year in IPL, if we have to talk different factors, one of the important ones, what is happening is the impact player rule. Impact player rule was there last time also, but this time, along with the pitch conditions favoring the batsman, and also due sets in for the team to also start going for those runs. And the wickets are very placid in nature, so which means that you can hit through the line of the ball, and that is what is happening. And today, these kind of power hitting is actually, at its peak. The only way this could actually change is when you have a little bit more sporting wicket. People like Ashik, he might come back and say that he's a left arm spinner and he would like to actually get a little bit more rep turn, against the right-handers, and that could actually induce in a false shot. This time it is not happening, and this is a combination of a lot of factors. As I told you, the number one is conditions, due factor, pitch. Second thing is the boundary sizes are also in such a way that it is not longer boundaries. If you look at that particular match when CSK was actually playing against Hyderabad, certain misses went on to the field where the catch was taken at the boundary post. If you look at MA Chidambaram Stadium, the sizes, the dimension are slightly bigger, 75, 80 at one end and other things. But there are venues where the boundary lines are at 60, 65 meters as well. And that is also helping the batsman to actually even the misses going on for these kind of sixes. So I can go on talking about different factors, but these are some of the important ones favoring the batsman, and along with no balls and wides and other things which are also coming in.
Ashik, I would like to ask you one thing. Because the wickets are so flat and batsman friendly, and I've seen that teams are only aiming to maximize the power play, and then they try to take the middle overs out of the game so that they don't have to, they don't have the pressure of scoring in the middle overs. They're just maximizing the power play, and also like even though they're not looking quick. So what I'm trying to say is that given that teams are only looking to maximize the power play and taking the other overs out of the game, how do you see that? Apart from this being, like, in my view, detrimental to cricket, is it detrimental to 2020 itself? Because a huge portion of the game is being taken away from the fielding team because the batsmen are like smart enough to use the pitch in their favor. What do you think of this?
So if you go on to see, say, somebody like Shreyas Iyer, who's playing for his career strike rate is not 100 or 120 as he's batting now. His batting is to just anchor the innings, and the rest six of them, like starting from Salt to Narain, everybody goes bang bang, and they are able to score like 200 runs, 200 plus runs on a consistent basis. The way I see it, the batsmen are also becoming smart enough to have 5, 6 players who are able to go from the word go. And there is only one player who's anchoring the innings. Previously, I think we used to have at least 2 players anchoring the innings just in case something happens. But now, since we are able to maximize the power play, there is no need for that anchoring role to be done by dual players, and it is done by only a single person in the team. Like somebody who is able to bat 30 runs and able to score 40, 45 runs is okay for them to anchor the innings. The rest of the batsmen are going around and playing around him and are able to score at a strike rate of 180, 170, which is actually helping the cause for the team. So the way I see it is, you have to have a challenging pitch and a bigger dimension to challenge the batsman, because obviously this is an era of power hitting. There are lot of factors involved in power hitting. People actually are only training to hit these days. So you have to have a challenging pitch and a little bigger dimensions, like the SRH CSK game where the little bit of miss it and it carries to the fielder. Actually, that is the sort of game that you would like to have.
Okay. Vignesh, I'm going to play the devil's advocate here. Like, there are some cricket watch viewers who I spoke to. They feel that a common viewer who does not really understand cricket, like you are an analyst, Ashik is a cricketer himself. So, but the common viewers feel that the adrenaline that they get out of watching, big sixes being hit or boundaries being hit, high scoring thrillers that go to the last over, like most of the times. So they seem to enjoy that. And do you think that is the reason why pitches have been prepared that way? Are they? Is it right to cater to those kind of audiences, or what is your view on that?
See, definitely the viewership has increased dramatically, okay, because T20 cricket is all about that, right? It's fun, it's entertainment, because it's not about playing dot balls. It's all about, even if you play dot balls, you need to look for singles and twos. Okay, more number of dot balls. I haven't seen an opening batsman leaving the ball alone, right? Because that is not the game that what any person would want to see. So the important aspect of this T20 cricket is always becoming viewership base, how much increase it is actually bringing in. And everybody wants to see fours and sixes, no doubt in that. So in order to increase that, I think the curators, a lot of different aspects, dimensions with respects to franchisees, they are also picking up, hitters who can actually clear the boundaries easily. And they're also being trained, as what Ashik said, right? So today, everybody wants to hit through the line of the ball, because today you don't want to see. I'll tell you something. When was the last time that somebody saw a score of 100 runs, okay, in 20 overs, okay, in a challenging pitch, okay, and the second team defending that 100 runs and making the second team all out for 90 or 95? We have not seen that. That is also a thrilling contest. But why is it that we are only focusing on a thrilling contest where it is only 200 above or runs? And that is because that is a new age cricket which is actually going on. This new age cricket is also dependent on the new viewerships who are coming in. As a cricket fan, I would like to see those kind of runs also being scored. 100 runs, challenging 100 runs. The 20 or 30 runs that you are actually playing on a very true sporting track where the ball is turning, or the ball is zipping through or past the batsman and going through the wicketkeeper, and run scoring isn't easy. But the new age people, or those new people who are coming to see this game, doesn't want to see the hundreds and 90s which is there. All they want to see is 200, 240. I do not know whether it is good or wrong, but at least from a viewership perspective, this has increased. So that is what I would say.
Right. Ashik, when Ashwin, when the game was on, the Hyderabad game recently, so he tweeted out saying, "Someone please help the bowlers," or something like that. I'm not quoting him exactly. And as a bowler, I want to ask you, as a bowler, what does it do to you when you're being smacked all over the park? Like you do all the preparations, just like a batsman does when they come into the game. But then once you go in, everything falls in place for the batsman. But even when you bowl a good delivery, because the conditions are not helping you, you are getting smacked all over the park. What does it do to you as a player, as a bowler, what it does to you on the field. Like if you're on the field and you've been smashed around for like 60 runs in 4 overs, despite bowling a few good deliveries, what would be your mindset on the field?
Yeah, honestly, at that point, we'd be feeling helpless. Actually, it's a short game. T20 is a very short game, and you're just able to bowl 4 overs. There is no chance of a comeback in the game. Like your 4 overs just goes by. There is not a test cricket where you lose one session and you can come back the next session or try to come back the next session. It's not going to happen. So when that sort of things happen, you feel literally clueless in the field, and sometimes you just wish the match ends and you get on to go to a better day. But at the same point, it also makes you think about a few things, like what you're going to add to your bowling. S- Out of 14 games, let's say you are able to bowl decently, at least at an economy of 8 runs and between 8 to 8.5. I think in this era, you've done a good job.
Yeah, which brings me to the next point. Like, you think this discussions happening for the high scoring games where we're praising Jasprit Bumrah for conceding just 35 runs in 4 overs. We're calling it an exceptional spell. We're talking about Jasprit Bumrah here, conceding 35, which itself is a shocker. And these days we have the audacity to say that it's an exceptional spell from Jasprit Bumrah. Like we're talking about the world's best fast bowler here. So what do you make of it, Vignesh? Like
See, that is what is happening with as far as T20 cricket is concerned. Okay, what's happening is you are not going to be a bowler if you are only one dimensional. You need to have different armory into your bowling. Okay, you need to have Yorkers, you need to have the slower ones, and I'm seeing that a lot of fast bowlers are only bowling slower deliveries. And I saw the other day, I think Krunal Pandya bowled or Akshar Patel bowled actually a ball which was a bouncer towards a batsman. Okay, bowling at 110 or 120 kilometers per hour. So the equation itself is changing. The fast bowlers are bowling slow, and the slow bowlers are bowling fast. Okay. And Ashik, you might be able to tell me this. How many times in a T20 match you would have actually pinged the ball more rather than giving it a rip and then making the ball turn? Because today you can't do that. Unfortunately, the moment that you actually toss up the ball and invite the batsman to go for a shot, okay, there is a chance, right? A 50% chance that you might also get a wicket. But the
Again,
moment
it
that you
goes
flight
to
the
the previous point. No, the moment I flight the ball, there should be some purchase from the wicket to have the thing. No, trust and confidence to flight the ball. You made that point earlier, right? There is nothing happening in the wicket, so you can't just flight the ball anymore.
that is also there. The second point is also the moment that you flight the ball, there is a lot of instructions which also comes in. Why do you want to do that? Okay. I'm asking you just to bowl 4 overs. And then the instruction itself, if you just give less than 40 runs, then you're actually a good bowler. That's what the point that you were also making. Because you can't be just doing a daring effort on the pitch saying that no, I'm a wicket taking bowler and I need to actually flight the ball. That is actually gone right now. And the fast bowlers, they are not able to bowl the good length at this point in time and make the ball move. All they are trying to do, I saw Pat Cummins in the finals, India Australia finals. What he did, superb execution of plan. It was a slow wicket, the 50 over contest. And what he did was during the last 10 overs, he was only bowling those slower bouncers to the batsman, not giving the pace. The more the amount of pace, it's easy to actually hit through the line. And that is what is happening. So the equation itself is changing. How slow that you're going to bowl as a fast bowler is going to be easy for you and not giving the right length to actually hit out of the park. So this is what today, bowlers are actually thinking about: how I can vary pace, how I can vary line, and consistently also bowling wides. I'm seeing this. A lot of people just to bring down the momentum. What they are doing is bowling way outside the off stump. Even if it is a wide, it's okay. But my ambition is not to put to the reach of the ball of the batsman. So this is what happening from a T20 perspective for the bowlers.
Ashik, which brings me to the next topic, which is the T20 World Cup. The squad is set to be announced. Mohammad Shami is injured. We have Jasprit Bumrah, who is definitely going to lead the attack for us. But then you look at who are the other fast bowlers who's going to represent the country. And then we have this tendency, and which is the right thing also, like that you judge players based on their recent performances, right? As far as the IPL goes, if you are picking your bowlers based on recent performances, who does BCCI pick? So does it not put them in a spot like because we are talking about a crisis like who's going to assist Jasprit Bumrah, and then you're looking around for answers. You don't have them. So does it not also have an impact on the national team selection, especially with the World Cup around? Was it was it also a bad choice to have such pitches with the World Cup coming?
I think if you want to give confidence to the bowlers, there should always be something on the wicket. You cannot have wickets that are continuously going for 250, 260 runs. Obviously, it dents confidence of the bowlers, but I believe so. We have been a breed which has always come out of something that has been put against us. From playing with two new balls. After the invention of T20, they said spinners won't do well. Leg spinners is out of the. They won't have any future. Like so there are so many adversities put against us, and the bowling unit have always come up. So I am hopeful that the bowlers and the bowling unit in general will come up with something to tackle this also. It might take a little bit of time to figure out, but yeah, they will come up with something.
Okay.
And to think that, yeah, definitely, I don't think this should help the World Cup preparations by any means. Uh, I think playing on a placid track will not help in your preparation for bowlers. You should have good wickets that assist both batting and bowling. But unfortunately, that doesn't happen here, and so we cannot complain about it since it's the richest league in the world. So we have to get to go with whatever we've got and try to do our best.
Right. Vignesh, in your view, what is viewership the only reason why such wickets have been prepared, or uh, could there be any other reason for it?
See, it also depends upon, see, viewership is something important, which is always there because, IPL is trying to attract more new fan base who are not traditional viewers of cricket. Today, people don't have the patience to watch a 50-over game or a 5-day matches. I'm talking about the non-traditional people who come in, the new age cricket viewers. They want to see those fours and sixes. This is very important. But apart from that, there is also a lot of pressure today. What is happening is, there's a lot of noise about pitches committee, a lot of different things. The moment that you've seen that there is a ball which is actually turning square, right from day one in test matches, you have seen that, and automatically, if a batsman is unable to play, they give the rating as average or poor, and then that particular venue isn't actually getting another chance. All these things are also going into the minds of the curators are not also, it is not easy for them. And previously there used to be only two pitches, and they used to rotate between two pitches or maximum three pitches. Today, if you see the center strip, it's easily about four strips with which they are playing. So the lack of wear and tear is also one of the reasons which is there, right? But I see, having gone into the second phase of the tournament, okay, with a little bit more, until now, clear skies, so the dew is coming down, right? But what we see from May first week, what I'm seeing is there's going to be a widespread rain across India, right, in different parts of India. So when those kind of rains happens, the curators will be having abundant time to actually make the pitch ready. So there will be certain dry abrasive tracks which might be there because of wear and tear, okay, and also because of lot of other conditions. And the dew might not actually come in. When there is a cloud cover, you will not have dew, right? Right now, the dew is all because it's clear skies, right? Equation will change, and if you will see that towards end of the tournament, except for the qualifiers and the eliminators, you will still see that these 250, 260 might be still difficult for teams to actually hit. Yes, they might hit 170, 180 because of the impact player rule, but it will not be to the 250, 260 because of wear and tear of the pitch. So, all in all, the story is simple. Yes, it is for the new age viewership, curators being put into a lot of focus, shorter boundaries. Everything is for the batsman. You see this, how it is there for batsman, Ashwin, right? Um, you have a no ball, 2 bouncers. Only now it has become 2 bouncers, right? Until then, it is only 1 bouncer. There was no free hit. Right now, it is a free hit, which is there, right? And then you're also being penalized if you're not able to finish 20 overs on time. And that is a huge thing which is actually taking a lot of toll on the bowlers as well. How can you bowl the last over with 5 fielders inside the circle and only 4 allowed? And so many new shots have been invented. Even a reverse flick is going for a 6, and that is the the modernization of the willow bats these days. So hard, so true that in previous days to hit a boundary it was so hard, and these days because of the meat of the bat so thick, it's easy for the batsman to also go and hit those sixes.
Ashik, I'll let you make a plea because you are a bowler. You said that you were left helpless in the middle of the pitch. So I'll let you, if you had to make one plea to the way the game is moving, what would that be?
I personally would like to have better pitches at the first. Wickets which will give you good cricket. Secondly, I would like to have reverse swing brought into the game back again. The reverse swing is something that a fast bowler will cherish, will get used to it. He will be able to take more wickets, and he'll be able to trouble the batsman. Thereby, you can actually have a contest between the bat and the ball. So I would ideally like to have reverse swing back in action in international cricket, especially in white ball. But there are general rules, and there are lawmakers who would like to make the laws based on what the viewership is and how they want the game to be played. So yeah, this is my thing that I would like to happen, but I don't know if it will happen or not.
Right? See, India as a country, and Ashik will also agree with this particular point. India as a country, we have embraced with batsmen so much over the years, right? You take any heroes, they have been only batsmen. And if you take a neighboring nation like Pakistan, they have embraced bowlers, right? And the moment that if you say Pakistan, the first name that it comes into your mind is not Javed Miandar or Salim Malik or Saeed Anwar. It will always be Waqar Yunus, Shoaib Akhtar, and Wasim Akhtar, right? So they have embraced bowling as the main weapon. But Indians, okay, the moment that you talk about Indian cricket, the first name that will come to you is somebody like Sunil Gavaskar, Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, Saurav Ganguly, V.S. Lakshman. You take the names, this comes into picture. So over the years, if you look at cricket, over the years in India, it's all about batsmanship. But that is not the same in Pakistan. But that is not the same in Australia. In Australia, the beauty of that Australian team is that they have had those bowlers like Dennis Lilly also being spoken about. And you also have somebody like Glenn McGrath also there, Shane Warne also there, and the batsmen like Ricky Ponting to Alan Border to everybody one. So see the mix which is there, right? And because of that particular rich legacy with both bat and ball, that is the reason they have dominated the sport like no other team. Because there was an equal contest between bat and ball. And that is the only team which that's that. If this change comes in, now only we are talking about Bumrah. Before that, it was Zahir Khan, right? To some extent, Zahir Khan. And before that, the lone warrior would be Javagal Srinath, right? And even before that, there weren't any fast bowlers or medium pacers. Okay. Somebody like Qasim Ghavri will come and bowls with some new ball, 1 or 2 overs. Even Sunil Gavaskar has done that, right? So the problem today is we are not taking that ball as an important or the bowling as an important aspect to actually give you those kind of results. And that is because of a lot of factors along with the pitch and the way that our human mind has got registered within India that it has to be batting friendly. This has to change. It's not an overnight aspect. It has to change. India will do well as long as it is a batting friendly wicket. The moment it is not a batting friendly wicket, you have seen that everywhere we have failed.
Yeah, so basically we need more Ashik Srinivas converting themselves into bowlers after starting out as a batsman at a young age.
But to make that point even more clear, let's say you take the spinners in the IPL, no, all of them know how to bat. All of them are batting at a strike rate of 130, 140. There is no, after probably Chahal, I don't think there is any spinner who's like only spinner. Everybody is an all-rounder. Ravindra Jadeja, Akshar Patel, Shabbas Ahmed, Washington Sundar. Name anybody, they'll know how to bat.
Even Piyush Chawla is hitting those runs, right? Even at that age. So he has improved his batting so much because he had to do so.
It is more like the spinners have to bat. That is the criteria now in IPL basically. And this is why probably you don't get spinners who are like proper spinners.
Hmm.
It's like 4 overs 40 plus 10 balls 26. Yeah, it'll go good. That's all.
Right. That does sound alarming. Anyway, thank you so much for your time, Vignesh and Ashik. Let's hope to have another discussion soon.
The Federal is organizing the Kanyakumari Mini Marathon 2024 to commemorate Mother's Day and Nurses Day this year on May 12. This event is sponsored by Repco Home Finance.
Subscribe to the Federal's YouTube page for more news and updates.